Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Today's gist is something fans have taken to a completely different level, because the theories surrounding Maurice, Sam, and Pearl Watts are no longer just simple guesses. At this point, people are creating full narratives, connecting dots across different moments, and honestly, some of these theories are so detailed that they almost feel real. Now, let's break this down properly, because what started as casual observations has turned into something much bigger. Fans are no longer just reacting to what they see. They're analyzing patterns, timing, behavior, and even silence. One of the strongest theories going around right now is that what the public sees is only a small part of what's actually happening. According to this idea, Maurice, Sam, and Pearl Watts might already have something deeper going on behind the scenes, but they've chosen to keep it private. Fans who believe this say the calmness, the natural flow, and the comfort between them doesn't look like something that just started recently. They argue that when two people appear that relaxed around each other in public, it usually means there's already a foundation that has been built away from the spotlight. Another theory that has been gaining serious attention is the idea of intentional timing. Some fans believe that when Maurice and Pearl show up together, post around the same time, or even go quiet at the same time, it's not coincidence. They think there's a pattern, something coordinated that hasn't been openly explained. Now, whether that's true or not is still up for debate, but it has definitely made people start paying closer attention to timelines and sequences of events. Then there's the theory about hidden messages, and this is where things get really interesting. A lot of fans believe that certain posts, captions, or even emojis are not as random as they seem. They feel like there could be subtle communication happening in plain sight. According to them, what looks like a normal Instagram update could actually be directed at someone specific. And of course, once this theory came up, people immediately started connecting it back to Maurice Sam. Every caption gets analyzed, every word gets interpreted, and every detail becomes part of a bigger puzzle. But not everyone agrees with this. Some people feel like this theory goes a bit too far and that social media is not always that deep. Still, the fact that so many people are even considering it shows how invested fans have become. Another popular theory is that their connection actually started long before fans noticed anything. According to this idea, what we are seeing now is just the visible phase of something that has been quietly developing over time. Supporters of this theory often point to how effortless their interactions look. They say it's hard to fake that level of ease if there isn't already a history there. There's also a more strategic theory that suggests they might be keeping things ambiguous on purpose. Some fans believe that by not confirming anything and not denying anything, they keep people curious. And in a world where attention is everything, that curiosity can be very powerful. This theory suggests that the mystery itself is part of what keeps their names trending and keeps fans engaged. On the other hand, there are people who strongly disagree with this and believe that not everything is a strategy. They argue that sometimes people are just being themselves, and the audience is the one adding extra meaning to it. Another theory that has been discussed a lot is the idea of mutual energy. Fans believe that whatever is happening, it's not one-sided. Both Maurice, Sam, and Pearl Watts seem equally involved. The attention, the reactions, the comfort, it all feels balanced. And for many people, that balance suggests something genuine. There's even a theory that people around them might already know more than the public does. According to this idea, friends, colleagues, or people in their circle could be aware of what's really going on. Fans who support this theory often point to small background moments, reactions, or expressions from others that seem a bit telling. Now, whether those interpretations are accurate or not is another question entirely, but it shows how deeply people are analyzing everything. Another angle that fans have brought up is the idea of emotional connection. Some believe that beyond all the visible interaction, there's a deeper emotional understanding between them. They say it shows in how they respond to each other, how present they seem, and how naturally they interact. And when people start noticing emotional alignment, that's when theories begin to feel even more convincing. There's also the idea that the consistency of their interactions is what makes all these theories possible in the first place. If this was just one or two moments, none of this would have escalated to this level. But because there have been multiple interactions over time, it gives fans enough material to build their ideas on. Social media has only amplified everything. Once a theory starts, it spreads quickly. People add their own opinions, create threads, share clips, and before you know it, a simple observation becomes a full narrative that thousands of people are discussing. But let's take a step back and look at reality. At the end of the day, these are still theories. No matter how convincing they sound, they are based on interpretation, not confirmation. And it's very easy for the human mind to connect dots, even when those dots might not actually be related. That's why some fans are choosing to stay neutral. They enjoy watching the interactions, but they're not ready to jump to conclusions. They believe it's better to wait for something clear rather than rely on assumptions. Still, even with that cautious approach, the interest doesn't go away. Because whether people believe the theories or not, they are entertaining, they are engaging, and they keep the conversation alive. And let's be honest, part of what makes this so interesting is the mystery. The fact that nothing has been confirmed leaves room for imagination, and that's exactly what fans are using to build these theories. As time goes on, people will keep watching, analyzing, and adding new ideas. Every new post, every new appearance, and every new interaction will either support existing theories or create entirely new ones. But for now, everything remains open. Nothing is confirmed, nothing is denied, and everything is being interpreted in different ways. So now it comes down to you. Out of all these wild theories about Maurice, Sam, and Pearl Watts, which ones do you think actually make sense? And which ones do you think are just fans letting their imagination run too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more trending gist and updates. And before we wrap up, let's go even deeper into why these theories keep growing the way they do. One thing that really fuels all of this is human curiosity. When people don't have clear answers, they naturally try to create their own explanations. And in situations like this, where there are repeated interactions but no official statements, curiosity turns into speculation very quickly. Another factor is how invested fans have become emotionally. Once people start liking a possible connection between two individuals, they begin to look for signs that support what they already feel. And that can make even small details seem much bigger than they actually are. There's also the role of repetition. The more often people see Maurice and Pearl together or connected in any way, the more believable these theories start to feel. Repetition creates familiarity, and familiarity makes things seem more real. At the same time, it's important to recognize that not everything we see online tells the full story. Social media only shows selected moments, not the complete picture. So while fans are building theories based on what's visible, there could be a lot happening behind the scenes that no one knows about. Still, that doesn't stop the conversation. In fact, it's what keeps it going. The unknown, the unanswered questions, and the constant flow of new content all contribute to the ongoing interest. And that's exactly why these wild fan theories are not going anywhere anytime soon.